Hello lovely and amazing families, welcome back to my channel. Good morning from here. I don't know where you're watching me from, whether it's morning, afternoon, evening or night. Comment down below where you are watching from, okay? Because in my state where I am, as I earlier greeted, it's morning time. This is 9:45 a.m. yes, so I don't know where you're watching me from, okay? So if you're new to my channel, you are highly welcome. I appreciate your presence. My name is Faith and you're watching Faith Vibes. Please consider subscribing after watching this video if you like what you see. Subscribe and remember to turn on your bell, that way you'll be notified whenever I post any video. And to my returning and amazing families, thank you for always clicking on my videos. I appreciate each and every one of you. So if you're familiar to this channel, you know where I am, okay? I am in my home depot. I am in my garden, okay? I came to harvest some vegetables and then I want to make some soup for my family. I decided to come out here to make my intro because it's really long. I showed my face on my intros, especially on my cooking channels. Apart from the mukbang, I said, do I say mukbang? Apart from my mukbang videos where you see my face, it's long I made intro showing my face on my channel. So today is a privilege. I decided to come out here to make my intro before harvesting my vegetables, okay? And over here is my bowl that I came out with. I don't know if I'm pointing the right direction. All right, here is my bowl. Derek, you want to talk? So yeah, and please forget or pardon any background noise we hear. My kids are here with me. The birds are singing praise and worship to God Almighty. The cars are moving, planes are flying. So pardon all the background noise, okay? Everything is going to join inside this intro, okay? Should I call this video like a kind of cook with me? I don't know how this video is going to be, but like I said, I'm coming here to harvest my vegetables. I decided to use this time to make my intro before heading back to the house to take you guys along. I don't know, I'm just super excited. I don't know where the happiness is coming from, but we just have to give thanks to God Almighty for making us to be strong, for keeping us alive and keeping us healthy. Like each time I have soup and stew in my freezer, I feel fulfilled as a mom and as a wife. If you are a mom, especially from Africa and Nigeria, you can relate to this. When you have soup in your fridge, it's a kind of less work for you. When you have soup, you can easily make a bar or any kind of African fufu, serve your family and everyone is good to go. And when you have stew as well, you can just boil white rice. You can convert the stew to jollof. You can use the stew and make pasta, like everyone is good to go. So when you have soup and stew, my people, every other thing in the house is jara. So yeah, enough of this intro or enough of all this blabbing. Anyways, I know you guys have missed my face. This is my real face. For those of you that have been asking me to show my face, especially my new subscribers. Derek, what happened? Why are you making? Why did you come out with your pencil? Oh yeah, give it to him. Give it to him, please. Behave like a big brother. Good job, Derek. Don't worry, when I get inside, I'll get you another pencil, okay? Leave him. All right, guys, I'm so sorry. This is what you get when your kids are around. I don't know that this video is going to be a kind of cook with me, but pardon me, I don't know where the video will be heading, but at the end of the day, I'm going to upload this video. So enough of all this talking. Remember to thumbs up this video after watching, okay? wait, let's make our soup. Kia kia, kia kia, ngwa ngwa, ngwa ngwa. Ngwa ngwa and kia kia simply means sharp sharp for those of you that are not Nigerians, okay? It was a hectic day at the garden harvesting those vegetables because my kids were around, as you guys heard their voices from the intro. But nevertheless, we are back in the kitchen to start making our recipe. So I have some mackerel fish, cow food, and some stripes into the pot. I added some onions. I'm going to go in with some bouillon powder, a pinch of salt. I will add water, cover and allow to cook until they are very soft. When making any African soup, you don't need too much spices to cook the meat so that it doesn't interfere with the taste of your soup. Few days ago, I celebrated my birthday, so one madu is getting old to the glory of God. So I'm going to make sure the proteins are well cooked just to save my tooth. But if you like your meat chewy, you can cook it the way you enjoy having it. I honestly want to be talking while cooking this soup to save myself from voiceover wahala. But my kids are here watching their tablet and TV at the same time. If you pay attention, you will hear some of the songs being sung. I pray I don't have copyright. Here are the harvested vegetables that we got from the garden. I harvested some Akwukwo Aghara, that is garden egg leaves, and I have in here some habanero pepper, which I'm going to be preserving later. So this is the okra that I used in my previous okra recipe. So if you watch my semolina recipe, I made mention of it. I'm going to be storing it for later use. So I'm going to add salt into the okra and wash it properly just to take out any residue. Whether you are using store-bought or you harvested your okra from the garden, please make sure you properly wash them because you don't want any accidental discharge, okay? This okra are much. I don't think I'll be using all of it. So let's see how it goes. So I washed this okra like 3 or 4 times if I'm not mistaken. Just make sure they are properly washed, okay? So when I'm done washing them, I'm going to repeat the process on the Akwukwo Aghara. I added salt into it. I'm going to properly wash it as well just to make sure all the residues are out. So at this point, I'm going to start shredding them. You can cut them according to your desired sizes. For me, I don't like my vegetables too big, so I'm going to cut them in between. So just watch as we go along. So the Akwukwo Aghara are well chopped. I'm going to move on to the okras. I'll be using 2 cutting method or 2 methods to cut the okra. The first one is the hand cutting method. So the second one, I'll be using my food processor. But this step is totally optional. If you want, you can just use one cutting method. But the one I'm going to use for the food processor will actually add some sliminess to it. And here comes the hand cutting one. And if you don't have food processor, you can also use a hand grater to achieve that. If you don't have a grater, you can also use mortar to like pound it to get that sliminess as well. So as you can see, the one I'm going to use on the food processor, I cut it in a chunky form. So yeah, and here is our well chopped Akwukwo Aghara. So at this point, I'm going to add the chunky ones into my food processor, then I'm going to crush it. Moving on to the next step, I've got in here 2 large red bell peppers and 1 white onions, which I'm going to wash carefully. I'm going to deseed the bell peppers. If you cannot lay your hands on bell pepper, you can also make use of tatashe. Those of you that are not Nigerian, tatashe is similar, just like bell pepper, okay? And please, if you are making use of tatashe, remember to deseed it as well, because the seed of tatashe is very, very bitter, and you don't want the bitterness to interfere with your soup. So when I'm done washing and deseeding the bell peppers, I'm going to cut them into chunky form, add it inside my blender and blend it. You can also use your food processor to also process it as well.
Add some red palm oil into your pot. You don't need to allow the oil to bleach, just allow it to heat up for a few seconds before going in with your chopped onions. So I'm going to fry the onions for 2 minutes or until the onions becomes translucent. The quantity of oil that you are using depends on your oil tolerance, because as for me, I don't like oily food, and you know the bell pepper that we are going to be using will also add some color to the soup. So keep stirring until the onions becomes translucent. 2 minutes after frying the onions, I went in with the pepper blend. So I'm going to give it a gentle mix. I will fry for 5 minutes or until the water dries. So if you want the bell peppers to dry really fast, you can also go ahead and steam the bell peppers alongside with the onions before blending. That way you will reduce the frying process. So I'll be stirring this off camera. Please take note and make sure you stir yours as well so that it doesn't end up getting burnt. After frying the pepper blend for like 5 minutes, I went in with some grounded crayfish, also known as grounded dry prawn. I'm going to give it a good mix. Okra soup happens to be one among the African Nigerian recipe that is so fast to make. There are so many ways to make your okra soup. So all the ingredients for this very recipe will be listed on the description box below. So at this point, I'm going to add the hand cut okra. I will fry it for like 2 minutes just to make sure the sliminess comes out. Please make sure you stir frequently so that it doesn't end up getting burnt. Next, I'm going to go in with the okra that was processed or crushed with a food processor. I'll mix it for like 10 to 30 seconds because I wouldn't want the okra to be overcooked. According to science, okra is a fruit, but in our cooking culinary, we call it vegetable. Okra is a fruit because it develops from the ovary of the flower and contains the seed that the plant needs to reproduce into future generations. It might also shock you that a lot of us will mistake onions to be fruit, but onions is not a fruit. Onions is considered as vegetable. Things like cucumber, avocado, squash, zucchini, all of those are fruit. But things like garlic, onions, lettuce, broccoli, asparagus, salaries, all of those are considered as vegetables. So take note of that. But in our head, we always considered okra to be vegetable, right? That is why I said in our cooking culinary, we call okra vegetable. Anyways, I went ahead and added in the steamed mushrooms. You all know by now I love steaming my mushroom. If you are familiar to this channel, I added the shrimps and the stripe. So I'm going to mix it, making sure that everything is well combined. When I'm done mixing it, I'm going to introduce the meat stock. You can add more stock or water if you want your soup to be more lighter, but I love the density of what I am seeing in my pot. I went ahead and sprinkled more of crayfish because crayfish makes a lot of difference in our local soup. I'm going to give it a beautiful stir just to combine. I will allow it to boil for just a minute. After some minutes of simmering or boiling, I'm going to go in with the cow foot. I'm adding the cow foot now because they are well cooked. As you can see, the bones are already falling off from the flesh. This is how we love enjoying our meat. But if your proteins are halfway cooked, you may consider adding it earlier before now. I so much love okra soup because they are very easy to make and very easy to digest as well. Okra is low in calories, packed with loaded nutrients. The vitamin C in okra helps to fight healthy immune function. Okra is also rich in vitamin K that helps to fight off molecules that is called free radicals that can damage our body cells. Like, okra is so healthy, I don't even know how to explain it. Some people dislike okra because of the sliminess, but for me, whether it's slimy or not, I love my okra soup. So I went ahead and introduced my vegetable, which is the Akwukwo Aghara, aka garden egg leaves. I'll give it a nice stir just to combine. Let me know at the comment section, have you tried using Akwukwo Aghara or garden egg leaf to make any local Nigerian soup? How did you like it? Because this soup tasted so good. So I tested to adjust seasoning. When I tested it, I needed a little bit of bouillon powder, which I went ahead and sprinkled it, a pinch of salt, then I added in the last crayfish. So I'm going to give it a beautiful stir. I will allow the vegetable and the fruit to boil for like a minute because I don't want them to be overcooked. This soup tasted so good, guys. I don't even know how to explain it. So at this point, I went ahead and added in the last protein, which is our mackerel fish. I'm going to combine. I'll cover it and allow to simmer gently, and our okra and Akwukwo Aghara is as good as ready. Like, look at that soup, look at that soup. Now that our soup is ready, I'm going to make the fufu that will go down well with it. So I'll be making potato fufu. I have the full video for this potato fufu recipe, so I'm going to leave the link in the description box below for easy access. Please do wait to check it out if you miss out on the video to see how I made it. Very easy, and there's no lumps, like no lumps whatsoever. Alright, lovely families, this is the moment of truth, the moment everyone loves to participate on. So I'm just going to dish our soup and let's do the test. So here comes our okra soup with our potato fufu. Like, this soup tasted so good. I don't know how to explain it. Try it and be the judge of it. I'm going to draw the curtain for today's video. Please, if you like this video or if you find it helpful in any way, kindly give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. Feel free to share this video to your friends and your family. See you all on my next video. Bye.